evening, everyone. If you would take your seats, please. We have a moment here, please. If everybody would take a seat, be seated. I think we still have a few people streaming in. We'll wait just a moment. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sue Hershey, President of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of the Chamber Board of Directors, the Government Relations Committee, and the community, I would like to welcome you to this evening to our political forum. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Eastern Gateway Community College for hosting this forum this evening, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending. A few reminders before we get started. We ask that you please turn off your cell phones or turn them to silent. Since this is a timed event, we do not want to distract our candidates, so please, if you will, check your cell phones now and turn them to silent or off. As a courtesy to our candidates this evening, we ask that the audience please remain in your seats until the conclusion of the forum. Can everybody hear me, I hope? Immediately following the forum, the candidates, pending their schedules and additional commitments for the evening, will be available to meet with you one-on-one until 8 p.m., at which time the area will be cleared. At this time, I will turn the podium over to Walt Zimba, Chamber Board Member and Chairman of our Government Relations Committee, and our moderator for this evening's forum. Walt?
Welcome once again. Before we begin, I'd like everyone to please take a moment, let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pleasure to introduce to our audience the media presenting questions to our candidates. Ross Calabrese from the Herald Star, Mary Lou Jones, WOGH-FM, Eric Miner, WTOV TV9, Nate Fluharty, WTRF-TV, Dino Orsatti, WCDK-FM. Thanks for being our panelists this evening. I'd also like to recognize and thank Mr. Alec Marshall, publisher of the Herald Star, for assisting the panel with questions from the audience, and Gary Wickham, World Radio Telecommunications, who will be our timekeeper for this evening. Now for the introduction of candidates. Our candidates vying for representatives of Congress, the 6th District. Republican candidate, incumbent Bill Johnson, 519 5th Street, Marietta, Ohio. Democratic candidate, Mr. Charlie Wilson, 125 East Lawn Avenue, St. Clairsville, Ohio. Candidates vying for State Senator, 30th District. Democratic candidate, Senator Lou Gentile, 399 Terry Avenue. Republican candidate, Shane Thompson, 67761 Mills Road, St. Clairsville, Ohio. And our candidate vying for County Commissioner. Independent candidate, Craig Billy Petrella II, 200 Gray Barton Boulevard, Steubenville, Ohio. Democratic incumbent Commissioner Thomas G. Gentile, 60 Snug Harbor, Wintersville, Ohio. Democratic candidate, Mr. Robert Stephen Vukovic, 1122 Pierce Avenue, Toronto, Ohio. And Republican incumbent, Commissioner David C. Maple Jr., 708 Township Road 244, Toronto, Ohio. and thank you all for agreeing to be a participant in the forum this evening presented by the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce. All the candidates have received rules and regulations for this forum. For the benefit of the candidates and the audience, I will recap the rules. Each candidate will have 1 minute for an opening statement. The media panel will ask questions of the candidates, who will have 1 minute to respond, and if he chooses, each candidate will have an opportunity for one 45-second rebuttal. Finally, each candidate will have 2 minutes for a closing statement. The questions to the candidates have been developed by the media panel, and no candidates have had prior access to the questions being asked. You, the audience, will also have the opportunity to submit questions to the media panel to be directed to any candidate immediately following the closing statements. Questions from the audience most likely to be answered are those that are brief and legible. The candidates will have 1 minute to respond to your question. Please pass your questions towards the aisles during the forum, where they will be collected by the Chamber staff and ambassadors. Our timekeeper, Gary Wickham, will remind the candidate of their time allotment by giving a 15 seconds remaining prompt and time is up announcement. We ask that all candidates remain seated throughout the forum. At this time, we will begin with opening statements from the candidates for Representative to Congress, 6th District. Gentlemen, you have 1 minute. Congressman Johnson.
Well, thank you all for being here. Is this on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This one works. Take your time.
In conclusion, well, thank you all for being here tonight. What an important election cycle this is. There is no doubt that here along the Ohio River, the main thing that is on everyone's mind is the economy. When you look at the 18 counties that make up the new 6th District of Ohio, 14 of those counties are in the top 1/3 of Ohio's highest unemployment counties. I've worked hard on your behalf in Washington to eliminate onerous regulations, reduce the tax burden, connect businesses with opportunities, connect labor force with opportunities. I'm so very proud to have earned the endorsement of the U.S. Chamber, the National Federation of Independent Businesses, organizations like Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 396 and the Ohio, the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio State Lodge, and others who recognize my efforts in trying to promote job creation and to repeal the health care law that 40% of America's businesses.
Thank you, Congressman Johnson.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson.
Hi, I'm Charlie Wilson. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's a terrific turnout, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm just pleased that so many people are interested in your representation. In your representation, and elections are all about choices. And I think this evening you'll get the opportunity to see both sides of where we're going and what we're doing. Charlie Wilson, I would look forward to, I would appreciate your vote November 6th.
Thank you. Our panelists will begin their questions.
All right, we'll start with a question for Bill Johnson. Representative, there's been plenty of discussion during this campaign about coal and what role it should play in meeting our country's energy needs. Can you please explain where you stand?
Absolutely. Testing 1, 2, now it's on. Absolutely. We have enough coal in this country to fuel America's energy needs for generations. And this microphone is not working. What do you want to do?
Talk into it.
Let me stand up so everybody can hear. Can we start the timer over, please?
Please be seated.
Okay. Coal is the most affordable, reliable form of energy that we have on the planet. We have a war going on coal. All you've got to do is ask the thousands of miners that have been put out of work here along the Ohio River. All you've got to do is ask the families that are paying $300 more per year to fuel their homes. All you've got to do is ask the businesses that are in jeopardy of shutting down because they can't afford the skyrocketing energy prices. The president said that he was going to put the coal industry into bankruptcy before he ever came into office. Congressman Charlie Wilson says we don't need to fire Barack Obama. And he says we don't need to stop the war on coal.